Hello friends, welcome to the Ecologia University. Today we are taking up the 8th chapter in JCZ, Java Chapter Zone, Module 2. This is characters and strings. As you know, characters and strings are the integral part of Java programming. That's why we must have perfect knowledge, thorough knowledge over characters and strings. So, in this chapter, mainly we focus on characters and strings. In this, the first concept, 8.1, characters in Java. As you know, character is one of the 8 primitive types in Java. The 8 primitive types are byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, and character. The character primitive type is represented by Java keyword char, that is char. Comparing with the C and C++ with Java, Java has a distinction. Java uses Unicode character set, whereas C and C++ use ASCII character set. First, you have to understand the difference between Unicode and ASCII character set. Here, in this context, once again, I have to tell you one very important point. In Java Basic Pool, in one of the chapters, we have discussed these concepts thoroughly. In detail, we discussed all these concepts. First, you study that, and if you come here, you will be very comfortable. However, I am just give a briefing about this for the sake of integrity. Unicode character, the size is 2 bytes. 2 bytes means 16 bits. 16 bits, and its range starts from 0 to 2 to the power of 16 minus 1. Its value is 65,535. And whereas ASCII, it takes 1 byte. Actually, it takes 1 byte. In fact, it uses only 7 bits. 7 bits, not 8 bits. So, its range starts from 0 to 2 to the power of 7 minus 1. That means 0 to 127, totally 128. Here, 0 to 65,535. Total characters are 65,536. Always remember, all these are 0 based indexes. As far as computers are concerned, all indexes are 0 based index. You must remember. In real life, we use 1 base index because our page numbers in a book starts from 1, our quarter numbers starts from 1, like that. But computer indexes starts from 0. They are 0 based indexes. You have to understand. Thereafter, you must understand one important feature. There are many coding schemes, namely ASCII, extended ASCII, Latin one, FCDIC, Unicode, etc. and all that. And for all coding schemes, there is a commonality. In order to achieve compatibility among all the coding schemes, one feature was implemented, that is, first 128 characters of all coding schemes are common. That we have to understand. By that, compatibility among coding schemes can be implemented. Next thing, actually, you may get a doubt how these are stored in the memory. Actually, if I explain generally, you may not grasp it. That's why I am explaining through example. Suppose let us take character A. Character A. Character A binary pattern is 1501. 1501. As a Unicode character, how it is stored, that you have to understand. Now we see 1 501. This is the actual code. But Unicode character size is 16 bytes, 16 bits. That's why these 9 bits are padded with zeros. The leading 9 zeros will be there. 9 zeros, 1 5 zeros 1. How A is stored as a ASCII character, you may get it out. Now you see here how many total 8. So 1 5 zeros 1, it is padded by 1 0 1 0. This is the way characters are stored in the in the memory. In ASCII, in Unicode, even though it is 2 bytes, the rest of the bits are padded by zeros. And in case of ASCII, there are 7 real characters and it is padded by 1 0. In this manner, all characters are stored, but value is same. That you have to understand. Now, as far as Unicode range is concerned, how it is represented also we see. Unicode 16 bits, starting from 0 to 65,535. How these are represented? 0 is represented by 16 zeros. 65,535 is represented by 16 ones. This is the way. All these things you must understand once. Because of this understanding, you can prevent the future doubts in your future study. That you have to understand. Thereafter, Java character is unsigned type. In this context, one very important point I have to tell you, it is an anomaly. Actually, Java, in some cases, it is silent on certain features. It does not talk about that. Even though it is silent on that, we must know about that. In C, you can find signed types and unsigned types. Signed int, signed long, like that. Signed char, like that are there. Unsigned char, unsigned int, unsigned long, like that are there. But in Java, Java is silent and signed or unsigned. It never talks about either signed or unsigned. But silently it uses unsigned. How it uses? Actually, Java's character type is unsigned. Now you see here why it made it unsigned silently means, as far as signed is concerned, minus values are applicable. As far as character type is concerned, minus values are not relevant. That's why it simply makes it unsigned. That's why its character range starts from 0, not from minus. Start from 0 and the last one is 65,535. So, as far as other types are concerned, those are signed. Byte, short, int, long, float, double. These 6 numerical types are concerned, they are signed. But as far as character is concerned, even though Java is silent on this factor, you must understand Java's character is unsigned. That's why its range is 0 to 65,535. That you have to understand. And one more important point you have to understand, character. Character type is one of the integral types. Integral means it represents whole value. Now, character, how it can be a whole value? You may get it out. Actually, byte, short, int, long are integral types. At the same time, character also integral type. In this context, one secret I have to tell you. For every Java visible character represents an integer value. Now we see this is Java's visible character A, and it is having an equivalent integer value. In the same manner, you see 9. 9 not as an integer value, you have to treat it as a character. Whenever we enclose a single character with a pair of single quotes, you must treat it as a character. This is a character, this is 9 character. Its equivalent integer value is 57. In the same manner, hash, its equivalent integer value is 35. Here, what is that? Blank space. Blank space. Its equivalent, it is also a character, blank character. Its equivalent integer value is 32. By this, what you have to understand, in Java, every visible character represents an integer value. That's why character type is treated as one of the integral types of Java. In this context, you may get a doubt. How Java compiler will recognize whether it has to act upon either character or integer? Are you able to understand? Already I told you, every visible character in Java represents an integer value. Every visible character in Java represents an integer value. Now, your doubt may be how Java compiler can recognize whether it has to act upon either the character or an integer value. That depends on the context. That means compiler contextually it behaves whether it has to treat a particular element as a character as an integer value. If you study this example, you can have 100% clarity over this. Now you see char C65 I made. Now whenever using SOP statement, if you write C's value, what output you get? You get A. Why? You are defining it as char. So your intention is known. Compiler can understand your intention. You want to treat this integer value as character. That's why it prints A. Okay. Next one. Here what you did? Int D A. Int D A. Now using SOP statement, you are writing this value. Then compiler contextually understand your intention that you want to print int. That's why it prints 65, not A. Are you able to understand? Now next one. C++ he made. Plus plus means plus 1. Now what is the C's value? Here C's value is A because it is character. Now A C++ you are making. That's why what you are expecting, character A++ means next to A's character. What is that? B is printed. Next D++. D. What is the value? 65. Now D++ means what would be your intention? You want to add 1 to 65. As a result of that, 66 is printed. And here int E is equal to C plus D. Here one more distinct thing is there. C's value right now it is B character. D's value right now 66. Now what would be the result? Just what you are expecting, you want the sum. Sum should be in int. Then compiler applies its common sense. Then it treats C as 65 and D as 66. 65 plus 66, 131, 1 is printed. In that way, artificial intelligence in compiler, this type of intelligence is incorporated. As a result of that intelligence, compiler can identify, understand your intentions and behave accordingly. You understand this example. By this example, you can understand how compiler applies its common sense in performing operations. This is very much important that you must understand practically.